Discretion is advised.
Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome to a brand new episode of Train Simulator 2020. Today we're going to be back on the Pacific Surfliner route, and we are actually going to be pulling a Metrolink train. We're going to be doing service 600, which is a morning passenger run. Not quite sure where we're going or what our destination is. I just know that we are doing a morning passenger run. So let's go ahead and hop in the scenario, and let's go ahead and take this service to wherever it's got to go. Alright, good morning, engineer. Let the passengers on board before you depart for West Norwalk. Alright, so it looks like we're starting here at the Los Angeles Union Passenger Terminal. We got F59PH number 200, and it looks like 5 cars. Let's go and turn on some headlights here. Front, front, front. I know as of right now, all of these units on Metrolink are actually retired. So we do got marker lights that we can put on the front there, and then we can also got the headlights on the rear here. But as of right now, all of these units, all of Metrolink's F59PHIs, and the one lone F40 Metrolink has is retired. So all passengers are on board. Hightail it to West Norwalk and your other scheduled stops on the way to Fullerton. Alright, so let's go ahead and depart out of here. 20 miles an hour. We are departing on a stop indicator. Oh, nope. We might have a diversion clear. Yep, diversion clear. We're good. But how are you guys doing out here today? Hope you guys are having an awesome Thursday today. It's currently 5 in the morning, and I'm actually doing this video right now for you guys. So hope you guys do enjoy. But yeah, it's kind of shocking that like all of these on Metrolink are completely retired, and that Metrolink literally retired a complete roster of locomotives. I know that I've seen pictures on Facebook, and they have at least, I want to say at least 20 to 30 locomotives just sitting in deadlines somewhere in Los Angeles that are retired, because supposedly these meet Tier 2 EPA standards, and I guess California makes its own laws on this kind of stuff, and they only thing allowed is Tier 4 standards. So Metrolink had to go retire all these and basically purchase new units. So those new F125s you see on Metrolink are basically the new standard units for Metrolink. Not sure if they're going to do anything simians like every other commuter and like Amtrak and all that. I don't know specifically. I just know that the F125s are their new units, and I know that they're also plagued with issues pretty much like the Siemens Charger units. So yeah, I'm hoping to actually see some of these go to like different passenger railroads. I hope Metra purchases a couple more so they have some more used locomotives in their fleet, just in case, you know, something goes wrong and they have the extras on hand. Maybe Trinity Railway Express in Texas would purchase some. Music City Star as like a backup or two. Hopefully I don't want to see all these go to scrap. Maybe a museum as well, since you know Metrolink has had these for quite a while. And if you want to go talk about Metrolink here, I know that on a lot of their units, like their F59s and their F59PHs, they have had a multitude of paint schemes. I feel like on their F59Is, they have at least 3 or 4 different paint schemes for that unit just alone, and then same thing with these. I know that the F40 is just plain Jane their old skin, unfortunately, but that is what it is. Looks like we got a clear coming out of here. So we're going to West Norwalk, we're going to Buena Park and Fullerton. So this should be a pretty fun route, and it looks like we are speeding here, so I'm going to go ahead and set the brakes a little bit, because I don't want to lose any points today. I want to actually try to get a decent number of points today. Hopefully we get to West Norwalk before that time so we don't lose any time bonus once we get there. But yeah, here's a look at our old Metrolink 200. I do apologize that we don't actually have any logos on these trains today. I guess I forgot to throw in the logo mod, which is okay. I also do have like a Metrolink and a Caltrain enhancement pack as well that I might throw in, and we can actually have Metrolink logos. We can have like different Metrolink paint schemes, as well as for Caltrain it'll have the Caltrain logos and just different locomotives for Caltrain, and we'll also have different locomotives for Metrolink. So we're at 45 right now. We'll just kind of let that coast and throttle up right there. Perfect. It's like, oh, I guess we had an alerter on this train, but the alerter doesn't actually sound. Interesting. There it is. That's interesting that it'll throw you into full service, but yet you don't hear the alerter at all. Well, reverser is in neutral. There we go. I never kind of understood this line running here for 79, because you can go 79 right here, but then you keep going a little bit down the line and it turns into a 44. So I never really understood why you can go 79 through here, and then once you get up to that bridge it'll go back down to a 44, not 45, a 44, which I thought was kind of odd. But then again, on one of the routes that I do up in Decatur, Illinois, there's this like set of like not condos, but it's like houses I go to, where throughout the entire area the country club place is 19 miles an hour, which I thought was kind of odd. But yeah, here's that same control panel on the F40 for the most part for your HEP. Of course, it doesn't work on this train. You got your same like alarm here for that Metro has. I'm not quite sure what this whatchamacallit, this piece right here does. I don't know what that is, but we are coming up on that 44 pretty quickly. But yeah, I don't think we've ever actually driven a Metrolink service, and I don't think we've ever actually driven a F59 PHI in this game. I know we've done a Triclops locomotive, but I don't think we've ever actually done the Metrolink F59 in this game yet. So this will be super cool. We can do this. We'll do some not Caltrain. We'll do some Coaster. Coaster's the one that I was thinking of, not Caltrain. Coaster. It was Coaster that runs from San Diego to Oceanside. Caltrain is completely different. Although we will do some Caltrain activities as well. I know we've kind of overdone Caltrain a little bit in Train Sim World 2. And then of course we're probably going to end up revisiting Caltrain a little bit. But we are going to revisiting Train Sim World 2. But we got a inbound Metrolink here. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Let's go and do that so the alerter doesn't go off on us. Let's go and throttle it up a little bit so that we're not losing any speed. Seems like the Amtrak yards are completely empty today, man. Must be Monday morning rush or something like that. We got about 13 miles left to go till we hit our destination of West Norwalk. So that's always fun. We're going around the curve here. I do gotta say, these are some nice looking units. I honestly like these units. I'm kind of glad Metro picked some up. And I do plan on going to Chicago to do some rail fanning here soon. Maybe for my birthday or something. Kayla said she might take me on a trip to Chicago, so I might end up doing some rail fanning there. Catch some of the new F59s. Catch some of these. And we are speeding like hell, man. No, no, no. We don't want to be speeding. We don't want to be speeding. We don't want to be speeding. I want to turn on the independent brake. So we got a clear indicator. And coming up on a 40 here, so let's go and slow down for that. There we go. Got it. Release that independent, and we'll set it to notch 1. And then, of course, Los Angeles is nothing but a quiet zone. So we basically just sound the bell. We don't do any horn. Anywhere between here and after, I believe it's Anaheim. So either that or Santa Ana. It's one of the two. I believe it's Anaheim, though, as we don't sound the horn until after that station stop. We do got a crossover coming up over here, and then we also have a couple crossings to start our journey. Here we are coming up on the crossing. We have a very quiet bell on this thing today. Very quiet. Then here we go. We could do some full mainline running at 79 miles an hour coming up. Super excited about that. We got the nice looking markers on the rear there. Looking mighty fine. On a clear indication here. Let's go and start throttling this bad boy up. Just look at that. It looks nice though. That was one of my, like, now I don't say my all-time favorite passenger locomotives, but they are up there. They are actually up there. But yeah, there was actually, I was up in delivering out in St. Joe, Illinois yesterday, and I ended up seeing a GP16 switcher that deals with the grain plant over there. I've never seen it before. It was kind of just sitting out there near the grain elevator on the siding a little bit. It is, I've never seen the switcher before. Out of all the times I've been to St. Joe, this is the first time I've seen it up close. I actually got some pictures of it, which I'll upload to Instagram soon. But it is a Bungie, so it's like a private rail company. It's MVPX, and it's numbered 103. And it's a GP16. And I guess MVPX is like a motive power leasing company that'll lease like switching locomotives to like grain elevators and like different facilities and stuff like that, so they have switching engines and whatnot. And I don't know, I just thought it was kind of cool. I kind of like stopped, took some pictures of it. And one of the cool things though is that is actually a remote controlled locomotive as well, which is different. Because I never really had like I never really thought that, you know, like a grain elevator would have like a remote controlled locomotive. Because in Thomasboro, back where I used to live at, they also had a they had like an orange switcher. I don't exactly know what type it is, but they had an orange switcher that was not remote controlled. I know a lot of other locomotives down the in Chicago subdivision that work like granaries and stuff like that were not whatchamacallit, were not remote controlled, and this one was actually remote controlled. It's kind of nice. It had like signs on it on the sides to let people know that it was. It's actually kind of cool. I saw that and I'm like, I just have to go and take a picture of that. That looks awesome. Also saw Norfolk Southern manifest train while I was working there. Missed the Union Pacific train by a few minutes, which which sucked, but it is what it is. And then also out in Monticello, Illinois, of course, there is a train museum over there. So there's like a railroad museum, which I've been to multiple times as a child. But there is also a bunch of tank cars and ADM grain cars stored there. And I don't know if they're actually stored, or if they are part of the museum now. I don't see why they would, especially with the long line that there is. but you can see it from Interstate 72 for sure. It's just a long line of tanker cars, and then maybe go about a half mile to a mile down the highway, and there is nothing but hopper cars. Nothing but grain cars. And these actually stretch for a while. Like, I don't know if it's because of like COVID or PSR or something, but they are there. Like, I'm not sure. I've never actually seen them stored there before out of all the times we've been to Decatur, so that must be new. And I think Norfolk Southern's the one that actually owns the tracks over there. And speaking of Norfolk Southern, one of the ways it takes me home, the GPS from Decatur, takes me over the Norfolk Southern Yard in Decatur, Illinois. And I gotta say, I need to stop there one time and actually go down that one private road that they got and go take some photos. It's not really a private road, it's more of like an access road. I need to go there and take some photos one of these days, because they got a lot of motive power over there, like just regular Norfolk Southern motive power. And they got a lot of SD42s, SD40, SD, some whatever ones that aren't retired as of yet, but they got a lot of them over there that I've seen, like the new yard slugs and everything like that. So I need to go there one of these days without working and go take some pictures, because that would be awesome to see. For sure. Looks like we get about 5.8 miles left to go till we hit our next scheduled station stop. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to do that, and then hit that railroad museum again. And then, of course, one of the lifelong things I've wanted to do is visit the railroad museum up in Union, Illinois. Maybe I can have Kayla take me up there for my birthday next year. I feel like that'd be awesome to see, since, you know, they got, you know, CTA subway cars and all of that. We're slowing down to a 50 here. Yes, we are. I never understood that, and of course we're gonna lose all our points. I knew we were coming up to a 50. I didn't realize it was gonna come up on us that fast. And of course we lost all of our points. Gotta love it. Got to love it. I do also have a lot of railroad memorabilia. I have quite a few ball caps. I have a CSX ball cap, Norfolk Southern, Canadian National. I have a couple different Amtrak, Norfolk Southern, and CN shirts. CN hoodie, which is kind of weird because I ended up buying it off of the Canadian National store a few years back, and come to find out that it's kind of like a Canadian National crew hoodie, because I've seen two other people, like two other workers that work for Canadian National, actually wear that same hoodie. So I thought that was kind of cool, knowing that I actually have like an official CN employee hoodie, even though it doesn't say employee on it like theirs does, but it's pretty much the same concept. I also have the authentic engineer overalls with the blue and yellow, or the blue and white, I mean. It's like how the older engineers had the overalls. I actually have a set of those with the hat, but unfortunately it does not actually fit me. It's too small. So if it fit me, I would actually wear it on the stream, but it doesn't. So unfortunately, you guys won't be seeing me in the overalls. But I might try to see if I can get some Carhartt overalls, but then again, it would just be for streams, because I have a uniform that I wear on Amazon for when I deliver, and I would honestly probably never even wear them unless it was for a stream. But I also have a lot of framed art that has a lot of trains on it, like steam trains and stuff like that. I also have a framed drawing of a CTA Chicago new flyer bus. Actually picked that up on eBay for about 15 bucks. I'm not going to be putting it up in this gaming room. I'm actually going to wait till I get a legit setup for it, and I'm actually going to probably hang it up when we actually buy a house and stuff like that. So it's just kind of sitting in the envelope that it came, or the tube thing that it came in. And we can actually speed this puppy up right now. But I even have like a old, and I mean a whole bunch of Amtrak ticket stubs and tickets that sometimes weren't collected. I also have a whole bunch of Metro ticket stubs and a whole bunch of CTA transit fare cards. And then, of course, if you guys know the Chicago Transit Authority, you know that they don't give out fare cards, like the transit cards anymore. You actually purchase them at a machine or whatever. But back in the day, if you got on a bus, the bus driver would actually give you a fare card that you can use throughout that day. So you pay for one bus, you just use that fare card, and you just basically ride again for free for the most part, which was cool. But now they stopped doing that. And it's one of the nice things, though, is because on the back of the fare card, once that driver gave it to you, it had the driver or not the driver number, but the bus number on it. So I was kind of going through it, and I noticed that there was a lot of flexible Metro buses on there, a lot of RTS buses, and the older New Flyer buses that CTA had, or not New Flyer, yeah, Nova as well. So it's like they had all those buses back in the day, and I'm like, this is awesome. Like knowing that I've traveled on all these buses and whatnot. Then of course I also have a couple of like different day passes for CTA, some different rare fare cards. So I've got an advanced approach. I believe that's advanced approach or diverging approach. I believe that's an advanced approach from BNSF. I have to brush up on my signals again. But yeah, I got those. Some different fare cards that you normally won't see. And I'll kind of have them in a like those sleeves that you put baseball cards in. I'm not gonna have a separate folder for just those. So I think that'd be kind of cool. I also have a few different Amtrak signage, and I actually have a picture of the Veterans Unit. It was kind of like a painted drawing of the Veterans Unit hauling a train at a station, which I thought was kind of awesome. And here we are. I also have a few Amtrak Cafe car menus, which I probably shouldn't have, but I do. Also have like an at-seat cart service menu from like the Hiawatha and stuff. And then a City of New Orleans menu as well. Looks like we're going to get 2 cars off the platform. Yep. Oh well. They'll survive. They'll survive on 3 cars. It's alright. Alright, good eyeball. Alright, that was West Norwalk. Next up is Buena Park, track number 2. So here we go on that. But yeah, I also got a lot more than that. I've got some quiet car signage from like the Amtrak Hiawatha, since the Hiawatha uses quiet cars on, I believe it's the last car and the first car on the train. Found some of that. I have like a restroom is out of order sign as well. A Amtrak conductor that I actually know ended up giving me the emergency instructions for the Amfleet, Horizon, and a Superliner car. So I'm like, I have all 3 of those emergency instruction memorabilias, and I'm like, that is super cool. And like I said, those were all given to me by conductors, so I didn't actually take them off the train. So I thought that was like super cool that I ended up getting that. One of my conductor buddies actually ended up giving me his name tag while en route, because he saw that I had an older pin. And this was actually a pin my dad got for my birthday off of eBay. And it was a older Amtrak conductor pin, like it had the pointless arrow on it and stuff like that. It was one of those like super old ones, like when Amtrak first started for the most part. And he ended up seeing that and he's like, have you bought a new one yet? I said, I can't find the new one. He took his off and just gave it to me. I'm like, that is super cool. So I have one of those in his name and I'm like, that's awesome. So I planning on putting my name on it, but then again I'm like, that's probably wouldn't be the best option to do. But yeah, I even have some like old CTA transit tokens as well, from when those were a thing back in the day, where instead of use real money you use a token to pay for your trip. Not common anymore, but back in, I believe it's like this, the 80s or the 90s, 70s maybe, they were. First Amtrak Surfliner of the day. But I also have an old Amtrak ticket book that I also got for my birthday with the pin. It was like an old 70s Amtrak ticket book, which was also purchased on eBay. That thing is super cool. My conductor friend showed me like the ticket book of the day and how it's changed and everything like that, and I'm like, that's actually super cool. Then I also have like a bunch of different books, like different operating books. I have 3 Norfolk Southern operating books. I've got one Amtrak, but that's back in the 70s, so I know it's probably updated right now. It's got a an engine roster book for North American locomotives. I have timetables for Illinois Central. I have timetables for Union Missouri Pacific. I just have a lot of train memorabilia. Just a lot of it. You know what, the sad thing though about this locomotive is that I can't even hear if the bell's on. Like, I'll know if it makes this sound that it was on. Like, I can't that's how quiet the bell is in this locomotive. I kind of want to test out the horn, see how loud that is. I honestly forgot how quiet that bell was. So it's pretty much got the same horn as the Surfliner F59. So, and I know that the bell on that was super quiet as well. But yeah. So here we are, got about 2 miles left till we hit Buena Park. Slowing it down to a 70. Do you think I see a clear? Yep, it's a clear. And also, I do have a couple different mods I'm going to purchase for this game, and I currently have downloaded for this game as well. And then also, I don't know how I forgot about this, but Train Sim 2021 has been announced. Will be out September something, I don't know when, but it will be a free update like always. If you have the game already, it'll just update for free. And basically, I was kind of looking at it, and it's pretty much the same game, except in the deluxe version you'll get a new route, and if you already have it with the updated version, you will basically, they said there is more a better, not interface, but like it's a better compatibility with the Steam Workshop. So I'm not quite sure what that actually means, but I do know that when I try to use Steam Workshop scenarios, it takes at least a while for them to actually copy over into the game. So unlike America Truck Simulator, where you, whoa, that game just froze there right there. What the hell? But like unlike America Truck Simulator where you basically subscribe on the Steam Workshop and then it's like right there, with Train Simulator it takes at least a moment for it to download. Like it takes a while. And then if you're trying to look for a workshop scenario, you have to sit there and wait for it all to download and everything like that. So it's more like a headache trying to use the workshop and Train Simulator than it is any good. So I'm hoping that they end up fixing that and also fix like loading times for that as well. Because that's one of the issues I've been having as of late with this game, is the fact of it having some very long loading times. And I honestly have no clue why. Like it wasn't, they weren't this long before, but now they're just, it's unbearable, man. With Flight Sim I kind of understand because of how heavy that game is. But with this game, it honestly doesn't make any sense as to why there is such long loading times for it. Because this game isn't as heavy. Then again, like some of this content isn't as heavy either. Some of the stuff I understand, like the Searchlight Simulations Canadian Pacific Locomotive, that I understand. Yes, that's pretty heavy. Stevens Pass, Gevos and stuff like that are kind of heavy as well. So that type of stuff I do understand. But like this type of stuff where the game is just stuttering driving one of these and it's not even that heavy, I don't understand it. I don't. Like I would understand if there was like on all these siding tracks to our left here, if it was just stockpiled locomotives from like PSR and stuff like that, then yes, I would understand that being kind of heavy because you have all those locomotives in one place. But if you're just mainline running like this, no trains, nothing, this game should not be stuttering, this game should not be lagging, glitching, anything like that. So I don't really understand the whole concept of why it does it. It just kind of does it. I can't really explain it. But I'm hoping that that's honestly fixed in that game. But I'm not looking for it to be, since it's basically always the same game except a new interface, a new main menu, and new pictures. That's pretty much it. But yeah, that'll be dropping out, I believe. I don't remember what day it is. I know it's sometime in September. And then of course that's going to be a thing. But it's sometime in September. If you already have the game, it's a free update. And then of course if you don't, you have to pay for it. But it automatically updates, so if you end up looking at your game and you see Train Simulator 2021 and you had 2020, that's why. So this might honestly be the last Train Sim 2020 video we do before 2021 comes in. And then of course, don't worry, all your DLCs, anything you purchased, workshop scenarios should be safe. I'm hoping it might just take a few to download them. If you have a lot, it'll take a while, but everything in the past has been that way, so everything should be safe. And then once that game does come out, I'll end up doing a mod tutorial or how to install mods, because I know that there's two different ways, and I get a ton of questions on how to install mods into these games. So I'll do one for American Truck Sim, I'll do one for this game, Train Sim World 2. I'm already starting on ones for LSPDFR. I have one recorded already. I just have to edit it out and stuff like that. So that should be up later on this week. Possibly tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then Saturday. But we are coming into Fullerton, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Spending your Thursday afternoon with me, Engineer Adrian. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let me know if you guys want to see anything in Train Sim World 2021. like different trains, different locomotives, different types of trains, passenger trains, freight trains. If you guys want to see me do something completely cool, something different, let me know down in the comment section down below. If you guys actually have like Steam Workshop scenarios that you want to see done, do drop the link down in the comment section. Or even on Discord, hit me up on Discord, send me a link in the DM. Or even, I have a suggestions box in my Discord server as well, so drop your suggestion down there and whatnot, and I'll get to them as fast as I possibly can. But yeah, here we are coming into Fullerton. So, I do work the next 2 days, so I'm working today, I work tomorrow, I'm off Saturday. But Kayla wants to end up going shopping Saturday, so we'll probably end up doing that. And here we are coming into Fullerton. Looks like there's a 55-mile-an-hour zone. That's after Fullerton, so I'm not too worried about that. But we do have a clear indication coming into Fullerton. And we are going to be on Main 3. Alright, alright, alright. Here we go. Probably put that bell on a little too early. But yeah, guys, make sure you guys also follow me on all the social media. Everything you need to know is down in the description down below. It's going to kill the throttle. As well as join that Discord server like I mentioned. Everything is down in the description. And yeah, once we stop this train, that should end the scenario. Looks like we got everything on the platform. Perfect. And here we go. Open them doors, set that in the idle. Head out cam here. Got people getting on, nobody getting off at Fullerton. Interesting, I thought people would be getting off here, I guess not. Oh, and I will be purchasing the CSX Hanover sub as well, so we'll be seeing that in 2021 or 2020 depending on when it comes out as well, so stay tuned for all of that. And there we go, great work today, engineer. All passengers are on board and you have completed all of today's instructions. Alright guys, well I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and good start to your weekend. And I'll catch you guys here on the next one. Peace.